Both Benfica and Nottingham Forest are very ambitious organizations, so it was an instant match when they approached me for the role. Let's think on what is recruitment. Identify, select, and recruit players. Help the team, the club, to sign a player that some months later, some years later, is being hired for a different club that can buy the player for 10 times more the money that you paid in the beginning. That's the goal, always the goal. TransferRoom is very, very important because it can connect people. With a click, you can know if a player is available or not. I'm Pedro Ferreira, 42 years old, Portuguese, and the head of recruitment at Nottingham Forest Football Club. Ultimately, I'm the responsible in recruiting the players that make up the rosters of our teams. The head of recruitment, in general, they have to identify skill sets in players and potential synergies between the current squad and potential signings. Building winning teams will always be a collective effort between recruitment team ownership and the head coach. Let's think on what is recruitment. So identify, select, and recruit players. Identifying and select is something that you need a lot of time. You need to see a lot of football matches. We have KPIs. Trust on that, focus on that, not on your personal preferences. And then identifying a lot of players, then selecting the ones that fit the criteria that we need to play for our team. And then let's meet personally with the player, try to identify the human being. That is something that is very, very important for us in Nottingham Forest. From the ownership to the coach to everybody, we are always speaking and discussing first the human being. If you have a clear bondage between all of the team, it's easier. Working as a team, you need to trust on everybody that we are working with. So having someone that is an outlier, it's very, very difficult to manage. And then we have everything, and we can pass this to the ownerships to make the final step, the negotiations, and do the business that is very important at the end of all this process. I believe that the head of recruitment, in order to perform their role if effectively, they should have a deep understanding of the club and the league they work in, meaning that they must be able to adapt to the culture. You need to build a close relationship with the coach and directors to fully understand what the team is looking for, possess extensive knowledge of the market and be able to navigate it, understanding that the most important factor is what the team needs rather than evaluated players based on the personal preferences, being confident to say yes or no to every single player. Foster teamwork and motivate all scouts, trusting their opinions and creating an environment of mutual sharing. Have strong adaptability skills, and of course create work and focus on the process, like I'm always saying, knowing that any potential mistake should be seen as an opportunity to improve. Signing a player, helping him to develop from the academy to reach the first team is always the goal of scouts that works for the youth teams. So it's something that we achieved a lot in Benfica. And of course, then moving to the first team, if you are responsible or work on the group, like I'm always saying, work as a group and help the team, the club to sign a player that some months later, some years later is being hired for a different club, a club with more money that can buy the player for 10 times more than the money that you paid in the beginning. That's something that is very good. That we have a lot of examples in Benfica and we have a lot of examples in Nottingham Forest of that. So that's the goal, always the goal. During my college years, while pursuing a degree in sports science, I started working as an assistant coach for a U11 team, and later I was invited by a colleague to become his assistant coach for a U11 team at Sport Lisboa Benfica. At Benfica, where I worked for 17 seasons, I later transitioned to the youth football recruitment department, which I led for 7 seasons. And in the last 5.5 seasons, I served as a scouting director for the first team. So I think I was lucky in Benfica. Of course, I shown everyone that I have the competence to work and achieve the goals that the club asked me to achieve. And I reached a moment of my life, professional and personally, that I was ready to move forward. Both Benfica and Nottingham Forest are very ambitious organizations. So it was an instant match when they approached me for the role, which made the transition very easy. Benfica is, and it was always a team that is fighting to win the league, and Nottingham Forest is a very ambitious club that is creating everything to try to achieve that. So that's the ambitions that I love in the club and that they love in me as well. I'm a process guy. So let's create a process. Let's focus on that. Be ambitious. Trust myself. Trust my colleagues. Work as a team. Put the bar very, very high. And that's what I'm always doing in my career. Networking is a part and parcel of this industry. From owners we meet during transfer negotiations to agents and sporting directors through the day-to-day operations for our clubs. But TransferRoom has brought this process into a more formal setting, which is incredible to see, and the development has been fascinating to follow. Also, the match watched live and international tournaments are a major asset when it comes to building a network. But for sure, TransferRoom is changing everything. Nowadays, specificity is the key. Sports and football, by its nature, have evolved in such a way that it requires specialists in various areas. The role of the scout arises from this need. We have the sporting director, Ross Wilson, and the recruitment department is reporting to Ross. The youth recruitment that reports to Ross as well. So we are always working as a team. We have 9 scouts, 2 that lives in the UK, 1 that lives in Brazil, that all the others spread in Europe. So they are responsible for their own markets, but then they know that they work as a group, that they are always exchanging information, helping each other on assessing the player, because we all know that every single name that we are giving to the discussion, it's from us, not from someone from France, someone from Portugal. Work all together, creating a lot of meetings, a lot of places to discuss the players in order to have them ready to the negotiation part. The coach has so many things to worry about. The key is to trust the professionals around him. We must position ourselves as the specialists and, without fear, take on an essential role in the decision-making process regarding player signings. From Nuno, it's very easy that he knows he leads all of us. He's the face of the team in every single game. But of course, he trusts every single person that works with him, Nottingham Forest. So we are all there as a unity to try to achieve our goals. TransferRoom is very, very important because it can connect people. You can be in every part of the world and being connected to different people from different clubs. With a click, you can know if a player is available or not. What every single team is looking for, this can help you on signing or even loan some players. And then, of course, a lot of events, live or on video, that can connect people, that people can face-to-face meetings to discuss what every team needs for every single in every single window. So this is a very, very important. It's a tool that change all of our job and all of our industry. This connection that we have in the recruitment with Tom Stockwell, for example. And Tom Stockwell is someone that I met first in a TransferRoom event. This is a very good example, and it was very easy for me when I moved to Forest to see a face that I already knew, and I only knew Tom because of TransferRoom. TransferRoom is very, very important on that.